The Jabberwocky started to chase after Kikko as it kept on snapping its jaws when it was coming closer to her. It, the Kikko kept running as fast as she can without trying to look back at the terrifying beast's face. When the Jabberwocky flew up into the sky and started to dive down at a fast pace with its mouth wide open to swallow Kikko in one bite. Before the Jabberwocky can come with 10 feet of her, something had picked up Kikko up into the top of the trees, and the Jabberwocky's face landed in the ground and slid across like a winning home run at a baseball game. "Ooh, that's gotta hurt," she said as she looked at the scared Jabberwocky. "But who lifted me up here?" He turned to the Cheshire Yapper, who lit up the trees and saved her from the Jabberwocky as he turned visible again. "See why?" Kikko gasped with joy. Who do you expect, Zorro?" Cheshire Yapper said sarcastically. "I'm just glad that you saved my life," Kikko said as she hugged CY. "Aww." "Save the thanks and awards for later," the Cheshire Cat said to Kikko. We have to wait for the mad trio to distract the giant lizard from eating you." Now, fully angry, the Jabberwocky started to sniff out Kikko to eat her, and while that monster was too busy sniffing, the mad trio behind the bushes started to think of a way to distract it from hunting Kikko. "Now, how are we gonna get that monster away from Kikko?" Said the really Mad Hatter. "It would eventually sniff her out at her," and the really Mad Hatter and Sneezeout started to think of many different plans until one of them came up with one. "How about one of us lure the Jabberwocky and let him chase us instead of Kikko?" Said March. "That way Kikko can make it out of the forest safely." And Sneeze Mouse remarked and said, "Oh no, you don't. I'm not gonna be bait this time. It's your idea, so you be the distraction." "Fine," March Hare sighed and rolled his eyes. He jumped out of the bushes and started to taunt the Jabberwocky. "Hey you, big ugly dragon," he said to the Jabberwocky as it turns its head around. "What's that funny smell here? Is it a bit dead stinkwigs or is it your breath? Ha!" The Jabberwocky roared ominously at the March Hare's face. "I'd say it's your breath," March Hare said all nervously and all afraid now. The mad trio started to run and scream as the Jabberwocky is now chasing after them now. "Oh, brilliant plan, Einstein," RM said to March. "Now, how are we gonna get the Jabberwocky away from us?" The Jabberwocky started chasing after the mad trio until they thought up another idea. And they climbed up to the top of one of the tallest trees to hold up an anvil, which they got out of the really Mad Hatter's hat, high as they can reach until the Jabberwocky starts coming their way. As the Jabberwocky came, the tree, where the Mad Trio, what is that? All the three of them dropped the anvil on its head, leaving it fully unconscious and fainted. Cheshire Yapper and Kikko were hiding in the bushes across from the tree. They gave out a signal to the mad trio to come over to where they were before the Jabberwocky gets up. The mad trio quickly went into the bushes where CY and Kikko are, and wondered what it is that the CY wants from them. "Did you see us?" this Sneeze Mouse asked Kikko with a smile. "We took down the Jabberwocky." "No, you haven't," CY explained to the Sneeze Mouse. "The Jabberwocky will still get up and continue to try to eat us. This guy is no quieter. There's only one way to stop him, and it's not pretty." "What do we have to do?" Kikko asked. "I don't want to be eaten by that Beth behemoth, or whatever. Behemoth. Kikko turned around to Kikko and said, "We're going to have to kill it." "Kill it?" Sneeze Mouse gasped. "Do we have any other choice?" Cheshire Yapper asked, and everyone else started mumbling, "No." "Now, does anyone have a sword?" "I think I have one in here somewhere," really Mad Hatter said as he took his hat off and started to pull a few stuff out to find the sword. After pulling out funny gag toys, sports equipment, food condiments, ketchup, mustard, salt, pepper, video games, finally found a sword and hands it over to CY. CY picked up the spray gun of mace, pepper spray, and tosses it over to Kikko. "Now, while the Jabberwocky's awake, let him find you, but quickly spray that mace into his eyes so I can stab him while he's blind." Cheshire Yapper explained the plan. "Why are you gonna kill the Jabberwocky?" Kikko asked CY. "Because I know the Jabberwocky more than any other of the people in Wonderland ever was," Cheshire Cat answered. "Plus, it's also a chance that it might reward me with a kiss if I save your life." "Just hurry up and get out there," Kikko said to CY to move. "The Jabberwocky's about to get up!" Cheshire Yapper turned himself invisible and crept out of the bushes and behind a tree as the Jabberwocky is fully recovering from being hit on the head with an anvil. The Jabberwocky sniffed out for Kikko and then started to smirk when it found where the smell is. It started to creep behind the bushes like a crocodile to find the people it was trying to eat. Kikko and the Mad Trio were terrified that the Jabberwocky's coming closer, but there was no time for them to be afraid because they have to follow Cheshire Yapper's orders. As the Jabberwocky's face was finally in front of the bushes, Kikko and the Mad Trio got out, all started and sprayed the mace right into his eyes. The Jabberwocky screamed with pain as it was being blinded by the mace. CY climbed onto the Jabberwocky and started to jab the sword into the Jabberwocky's back. But no matter how many times he stabbed the Jabberwocky's back, it just kept on screaming with bloody murder. And the plan started to backfire as the Jabberwocky recovered from the mace, turning its around to its back and saw 12 cuts on its back, and Cheshire Yapper holding a sword. "Oh, come on," Cheshire Yapper said, all frustrated. "How many steps does it take for you to die?" The Jabberwocky opened its giant mouth and ate CY whole in one big bite, swallowing him.